Hey all, it is Tirza. My hair looks crazy because it's all falling out. Just taking a quick walk and I figured I'd give you a quick update on the thyroid stuff. So I was retested. I was about a week, almost 8 days, because I went the morning of the 8th day without doing iodine or my vitamin B complex. And my thyroid number barely went up at all, so it was still very low. And what I didn't realize until I got on the Carnivore Quest community last week and posted about it was that when it's low like that, that actually means you're hyperthyroid. And in a way that makes a lot of sense because I was having so much trouble losing weight. It wasn't coming off at all. I had even gained 30 pounds in 2 weeks, and even fasting and everything I took to get the weight off. And I just assumed that the consistency was key because I have been consistent. I am, I think, 140 days or whatever on target, not messing up at all, no cheat meals, no nothing, unless you include when I had some asparagus and some lemon, or my coffee. But I digress. Now I've been losing weight. Some months kind of quickly, but for the most part, normal. So now the doctor took like a week to call, which shocked me because he's like on point. He calls you personally and everything. And this time the nurse called and she wanted to make sure I had stopped taking the vitamins before I took the test, and I said I had. And now she sent labs, so I don't know what they are. She sent them electronically to the LabCorp for a more comprehensive testing, just to try to get to the bottom of it. But he wanted to know if I was having palpitations or shaking or any kind of symptoms like that, which I am not. I have palpitations anyway, but not as bad as before. Like, I remember having that Holter monitor and they said it was the most PVCs they've ever seen on anybody. And something else, I can't remember the terminology for it was another three letter thing that they said I was like firing off like crazy constantly. Not so bad anymore, but I still have that issue every once in a blue, especially if I lay on my left side. As soon as like my heart touches something, I don't know what it is, it starts boop, 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 which they noticed when I had my colonoscopy because it was coming up in a regular heartbeat once they had me turn onto my left side. So anyway, I'm gonna go do that next Saturday. Take the further testing, the blood work, see what's going on. I did have a colonoscopy on Wednesday. I was really nervous because I took the prep, and it says between 1 and 3 hours from the beginning of the prep, which for me was 4 Dulcolax pills at 4 p.m. and then a whole thing of Miralax mixed with the Gatorade, which I was nervous about drinking the Gatorade for some reason. I don't know. I got the zero sugar, but still, that's chemical garbage, you know. But I did all that. So I didn't go to the bathroom for a really long time. I had one teeny tiny bowel movement that was solid, I guess. Sorry for the grossness, but at like 7:10. Then I did not go at all until 12 a.m. Then I went at 1 a.m. Then I went at 2 a.m. And then I had to drink more of that stuff at 4 a.m. And I went again at like 7:30. And then I went again right before, like when I was in the hospital, right before like we got started. So, and there wasn't a whole lot. Like, I hear all of these horror stories about how it is. And it really wasn't like that deep for me. So I'm thinking I'm not clean. And they're going to say, sorry, we can't do this procedure on you because you're not clean. So I explained that to them when I got there, and they basically said, can you see through to the bottom of the toilet? I said, yes, I can. All right, you're fine. And I was clean. So all those commercials we hear when we're watching our little YouTube videos about 10 pounds of stuck poop and, you know, meat does not digest and all that, total bull, because I was clean, perfectly clean. And so excited about my results because I've had IBS since I was about 8 or 9 years old, IBS-D. I've had bouts in my life where I ate a lot of legumes or like garbanzo beans, chickpeas, or peanuts or something like that. And the pain and all that was so bad. And my mom thought it sounded a lot like when she has diverticulitis. I had no tears, no diverticulosis, not colitis, different thing, but I had nothing. It was all good. So I don't have to go back for 10 years. And people who have IBD, IBS, Crohn's colitis, things of that nature, they tend to be the people that have issues. And I've had it for longer than anybody I've ever met. And yet, here we are. Everything was good. I felt great about it. And even though I'm having all these other issues, it reminded me that maybe I don't have all these wonderful turnarounds like other people that are meat-based. I'm not curing this or curing that. I still feel like crap a lot. This, that, and the other. Still don't sleep. But it is healing me in many ways, because I do not believe I would have a perfect... I don't know a single person who's gone, even my sister-in-law, who's like 5 years younger than me, had a very good, healthy intestines, all that stuff. But she even had 2 polyps removed. Everyone I know, even if their report comes out good, they've had like 1 or 2 polyps or something. Nothing. So I felt great about that. So that really encouraged me to keep pushing forward. What else? Oh, so I had said I was going to start to eat more. And I have, to see if I would feel better. And for the most part, I do, to a certain extent, except it's been a very chaotic month again. It's just like run. It's been crazy. It's just, I guess it's everybody. You can't get past it, I guess. So I actually was gaining weight all month. So the last weight I showed you guys was on the 2nd, and I was 178.1, I believe. And I never saw the 170s again after that date. I was as high as 184, and I averaged around 181 so far this whole time, until colonoscopy prep. So after I did the first day with just bone broth and element in it, and some salt, water, green tea, and then the next day, I basically broke the fast. Now they gave you soda and they gave me peanut butter crackers, and so what I did was I just asked for water and they gave me that instead. And the crackers, I put them in my purse and acted like I ate them, and I brought them home and gave them to my son. So I did not eat them. And I had 4 hard-boiled eggs waiting for me when I got home. So I had 4 hard-boiled eggs and about 3 servings of cheese. So that's what I had when I got home from the colon. Well, I didn't have that right away. I actually drank broth again. Then I waited like an hour and I ate that, and that's all I had. So I had gotten on the scale just because of curiosity. On that other one, the Renpro one that does like the body weight and all that, and the BMI and fat and muscle and bone. And then my weight was down to 176.8, so that's the lowest weight so far, but not much different than the weight I reported to you guys on the 2nd. And now I'm kind of hovering again between 177 and 181. I keep fluctuating, which was only a couple of days ago, so it hasn't been that long. But that's where I'm at right now. I think this morning I weighed 178. So it is what it is. I'm not too concerned. I'm more concerned about my health, and being healthier. And who's to say, maybe by eating more, maybe I'm going to improve something. So when I go do these other labs next week, maybe they'll be improved. I don't know, but I will let you guys all know. That's it for now. I just wanted to update you guys on all of that. And that's it. I will see you next month. Bye.